What if I told you that one of the most pivotal moments in the birth of the Church hinged not only on the apostles, but on a quiet figure who stood in the shadows, prayed with them, and changed history, yet whose role we rarely discuss? Today we explore the untold Mary's secret role in the upper room after the resurrection. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear could reframe how you see the beginnings of the Christian community. Imagine the scene. The world has just witnessed the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The stone rolled away. The tomb empty. Hope rising, confusion swirling. The disciples are stunned. Some hide. Some fear. Some double back to what they knew before. Then the ascension. Then silence. In those hours, those days, there gathered in a room a small number of believers. And among them was a woman. Not an apostle by title, but standing there, praying, waiting, watching. Her name, Mary, Mother of Jesus. What did she do in that room? What did she bring to the table literally and spiritually? And why has her role been so quietly underestimated? That's what we're about to uncover. First, the place. The upper room. The site where those early believers gathered. The original meeting place of the nascent church. The word used in the Greek is hyperoion, literally upper room. According to the book of Acts of the Apostles, after the ascension of Jesus, the apostles returned to Jerusalem and went to the upper room where they were staying. Peter and John and James and Andrew, Philip and Thomas, Bartholomew and Matthew, James son of Alphaeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas son of James. Then the text adds, all these were constantly devoting themselves to prayer, together with the women, and Mary the mother of Jesus, and with his brothers. Acts 1 verse 14. So here is Mary. In the upper room. A woman among the company of believers. The question, what was she doing there, and what did her presence mean? Let's pause and reflect. Mary had walked the path with Jesus from before his public ministry. She was there at his birth, his childhood, at Cana, at the cross. She knew his teaching, his sorrow, his mission. But after his resurrection? Her name surfaces again in that upper room moment. That is not incidental. Some scholars say Mary's presence indicates she was more than a guest in that room. She was a link. A mother figure. A heart of the early church. For example, Mary joins the apostles in the cenacle. She provides a model of prayer, and encourages the apostles to wait and pray for the Holy Spirit. Other writers highlight that Mary is the only non-apostle named by name in that specific textual gathering in Acts. So what secret role did she assume? Let me suggest 3 key dimensions. Prayer anchor, guardian of the new community, and transmitter of the resurrection hope. First, in a room of fear and uncertainty, Mary anchors prayer. The apostles had just seen their teacher executed. They had heard he rose, yet were still processing. They ascended, returned to a room, waiting. Mary stands with them, devoting themselves with one accord to prayer. Think about that, a community in limbo. What do you do when your mission isn't yet fully launched? You wait. You pray. Mary knows waiting. She knew fear. She knew loss. She knew the cost. She, therefore, becomes an embodied model. This is what we do now. In spiritual traditions, she is said to have taught the church how to wait for the Spirit. If you're in your own upper room of life waiting, uncertain, Mary becomes a figure of invitation to stay, to pray, to trust even when you cannot see yet. Second, Mary serves as guardian of the early Christian community. In that upper room, the church is small, fragile, untested. The apostles carry weight. But Mary carries something else, maternal presence. Ancient commentators call her the mother of the church, a title hinting at something profound. She is a bridge between the past, Jesus' life, the family of Nazareth, and the future, the church going out into the world. In the spiritual memory of Christianity, she stands at the center of the infant church. She is there in the center of this infant church. So this secret role isn't flashy. It's relational. It's protective. It's quiet influence. She doesn't preach from pulpits in this scene. She doesn't perform miracles in the recorded text. She simply is. And in that, isness, she opens a space for the community to be what it must become. Third, Mary is the transmitter of resurrection hope. The room is still, they wait. But the world outside will never be the same. The resurrection of Jesus has launched a new reality. Mary's presence here signifies continuity and transformation. By being present, she embodies the mystery, from despair at the cross to waiting in the upper room to empowerment, Holy Spirit. Her story becomes one of movement, not stagnation. And in tradition, commentators note, when the Holy Spirit was poured out upon the apostles, Mary became the mother of the Church. So think of it, the secret role is that Mary connects the death and resurrection of Jesus with the birth and mission of the Church. She is the living archive of hope and the interior compass of what's ahead. What does this mean for you and me today in our lives? Firstly, waiting matters. In your own upper room moments, periods of transition, uncertainty, fear, the model of Mary tells you stay. Pray. Don't rush the mission before the Spirit. Secondly, presence matters. You might not be in the spotlight. You might not have the title. But your presence can anchor communities, family, church, friends. You might be the Mary in someone else's upper room. Also, hope matters. The resurrection changed everything. But it started in a quiet room of prayer. The secret role of Mary reminds us that hope is birthed in waiting, cultivated in prayer, and released into mission. If the early church had needed Mary's presence in that upper room, then perhaps we too need to reconsider who we are in the room, not only on the stage. Let's recap. The upper room, a liminal place of waiting after resurrection. Mary, named uniquely among the believers, a model of prayer, presence, hope. Her secret role, anchor of prayer, guardian of community, transmitter of resurrection hope. So next time you think of the birth of the Church, the day of Pentecost, or the spread of the gospel, don't only think of the apostles. Think of the woman in the room. The one who carried more than we often realize. The untold story of Mary in the upper room. If you found this insight valuable, hit the like button, subscribe for more story-shifting perspectives, share this with someone who's in a waiting room of life right now. And comment below, in what upper room are you waiting, and how can Mary's example speak into it? Thank you for watching. And as you leave this video, remember, in the quiet moments, the hidden hours, the waiting rooms of your life, you are not inactive, you are preparing. You are not alone, you are accompanied. And you are not powerless, you are being primed. Until next time, keep waiting. Keep praying. And be present to the mission that is shaping you.